and welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 3 as Aotearoa, a Let's Play series where I, Kettle Plays, turns a small and relatively peaceful island nation into a warmongering imperial power. I want to address the Maori attire that we see in the game. Needless to say, this is not meant as a criticism for the developers, and it's quite understandable that covering the whole wide world full of different cultures and different attires would be probably next to impossible. And it's quite obvious that there is, to their credit, a lot of work put into making sure that the Polynesian people actually look Polynesian. Now, of course, the Maori dress would be very different from the Polynesian dress due to differences in climate and materials available. Clothes would be often woven out of flax, known as harekeke, and also bird feathers and skins of seals and Polynesian dogs. They would also frequently wear rain cloaks made out of flax or cabbage leaves, and that's quite a far cry from what we see here, where they're looking like they're ready for the tropical weather that they're not gonna find here in Aotearoa, which is much colder. And that's of course just talking about the way the peasantry dresses now. As in any other culture, there were class differences in the Maori society, and the leaders would probably need to wear something else, but unfortunately in the game they wear the exact same clothing set. In reality, they would probably wear what was called the prestige cloaks, and you can see them in almost every picture and painting of Maori rangatira that you can find. They were special cloaks made out of the best materials. Of course, the hairstyles of the nobility were also different, as their status would require. Their hair would be knotted into top knots, which were different based on region. Feathers would also decorate their hair quite frequently, as well as bone decorations would be used. The Maori people are missing one noticeable element. There is no tamoko, the Maori face tattoos. So before European times, they were mostly worn by noblemen, directly on their faces, which were considered the holiest areas on the body. And sometimes they would extend further below the neck, also worn for beauty. And most importantly, these tattoos were a symbol of a whakapapa, or the lineage, as well as their status, skills, and life story. So only nobility would wear this as a sign of nobility. Women also wear face tattoos, but only on the chin area. The face tattoos were very important because whakapapa was an important component of a mana, the supernatural force that is the expression of one's charisma, strength, power, and other things. It's really just hard to fit what is the definition of mana into a couple of sentences. It's a whole concept of itself. These tattoos were important to expression of one's mana, one's authority, and the right to lead people. It would be interesting to see if modders could implement both Moko and mana into the game, so that mana could maybe even provide some sort of a bonus to clout, or perhaps a malus to clout if somebody is of non-noble origin, or if their whakapapa does not provide them with a lot of mana or respect among the people. Of course, a mod could be used to make sure that only Samoan people wear ulafala and nobody goes into a battle wearing one, but I guess that is something left to the modders to decide. War never changes. And it doesn't here either, because we're still losing against the Austro-Hungarian nightmare squads. But I do believe that if we take sufficient measures to raid their convoys right here, I think that's where most of their convoys are. Let me double check. So we can check the Java Sea to see which countries have their shipping lanes go through here, and that's Austro-Hungarian shipping lanes. They have quite a few convoys coming through here. So I'm looking for some clippers. Okay, so Radical French market can provide us with that. Now let's see if we're starting to affect the Austro-Hungarian shipping lanes. So what is that? We now have workers' protections. That means we have a 50% higher minimum wage, and the workplace safety of this institution is enabled. Workers enjoy extensive protections that are enshrined in law. Indeed they do. Workers of the world. Internationalist sentiment within the trade unions has generated suggestions to reach out to the workers in Tasmania. Oh, aren't we working with them already? Class above nation, or these unpatriotic ideas will fade. So yeah, let's go with class above nation, because only industrialists don't, and landowners are not happy with that choice, and we don't really care what they think. They're a little bit irrelevant at the moment. Indeed, the trade unions are the strongest interest group in the country. That's quite nice. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna ask my navy to escort convoys to this area. So hopefully that will mean that our convoys will be escorting and not attacking. So this, I suppose, means that soon enough these two will end up in a battle. I guess the navy system right now is quite opaque. There's a battle, and of course our Dutch East Indies allies are trying to attack the Austro-Hungarian lines and failing miserably. Oh, we have quite a few inactive trade routes. So let's need luxury clothes. Glass would be nice. Fabric for all the... Wait, we are exporting fabric right now. Alright. And are we finally starting to win these battles? So Aceh is losing this battle against Dutch East Indies, which is good for us, but obviously as soon as we end up against Austria-Hungary, we're gonna lose that battle. So I'm sort of on defense right now because I don't want to participate in that cycle, because all it is right now is just losing troops. Another battle lost by Dutch East Indies. Not only do the Austro-Hungarians have better technology, but they have better... Oh, so I suppose what happened here is that we lost a naval battle, and I don't know why would that happen. It seems like we're stronger than they are. Let's try to escort these convoys once again. If we can't secure our supply lines, then we have no hopes of winning this war. Right now, we're still kind of winning. As surely as tomorrow, we're still losing our battles against Austria-Hungary. Skirmish infantry, shrapnel artillery, but not shrapnel artillery. Maybe if we used field hospitals, it would start to go better. But right now, the thing that we really suffer from is high attrition, and that high attrition is because we don't have access to supplies. Let's see, how is it going? Yeah, do we keep losing the battles because we can't maintain our supply lines? It's still escorting, but it's not here. So where is our navy? What if I just patrol the coast here? So this is how I put my navy here. So, oh, that's a huge battle that we're losing miserably. A terrible loss by the Austro-Hungarians. Okay, what do we invest? Oh, we don't have rotary valve engine yet. Okay, so we have inactive trade routes. Let's fix that. Export some wood elsewhere. We seem to be winning this one. Finally, something nice for us. The naval battle is over, and we have successfully... Ooh, we definitely sunk their battleship. So these recently have lost a battle. So finally, our supply lines should be back up again. Okay, Austro-Hungary has capitulated, which means we can finally safely march on. Okay, so we are now winning these battles. So Aceh is going down. Both of these enemies of ours are going down, because Austro-Hungary has finally capitulated, and that is good news for us. That means we can go back and refocus on the internal rather than external. Right now we're doing quite well. So the impoverished in our country are living better than in most other countries, I hope. And we have GDP per capita that's number 8 in the world, and number 8 GDP overall. So the industrialists, they want laissez-faire. We are almost done with this war. So I forgot who's the main enemy here. So I first want to vassalize, or can I do both? No. So I first want to vassalize Aceh. We're just gonna let that play out the way it's supposed to play out. So we have a bureaucratic shortfall, of course. So we're gonna really quickly prioritize. Didn't we order some more government administration buildings? Yes, we have. We're gonna prioritize them here. Oh. So we have enforced war goals on Siak, and now Aceh remains alone. And we're still at war with them. That's good. I was afraid that if the war ends without Aceh being vassalized, then we will lose that opportunity. But no. So as soon... Oh my god, I'm gonna go through this very quickly. Oh no, this is this is terrible. Dutch East Indies, where are you when we need you? Law enforcement institution has been increased to level 5. Okay, so finally we're pushing back against the imperialists in Aceh. I wonder if our state propaganda could somehow spin this like, So this is we, and this is Aceh, and somehow they're the imperialists attacking us. Either way, we're winning against them, and we will soon take them over. Because so far we're heading towards a loss here. The way our generals are dressed, because this here, I don't think you would use that in a battle, but you know what? Okay, so we need clippers in the Russian market. Let's try and import some more. Victoria is at 96% market access, so we can build another railway here, of course. And our chemical plants are not productive either. They could be more productive if they were publicly traded for some reason. Hey, since we're making explosives here, maybe we can just subsidize, because these explosives are quite important for the functioning of our mines. Let's build up some new factories, or maybe even farms. Okay, we have finally vassalized Aceh, and they immediately no, you won't get independence. Dye plantations are quite good actually, since we're making clothes, and now since we're also making what's better? Yeah, livestock ranches will make us the necessary fabric. What are some of the resources we could start mining? So Kanak can provide us with some lead, so let's do that. Victoria has sulfur. I like the sound of that. I never had a whaling stick, so let's build one in Solomon Islands and see how that performs. Ooh, we're making a lot of money. Hey. The election results are in, and just like any other democratic country, we are 100% social democratic, because why not? That's how democracies work. They have one party, and they win 100% of the votes. That sounds fair to me. Okay, let's do protected speech. Let's live up to our name. People are kind of looking weird at us. 100% of the vote, hey? Not even dictators would try to get away with that. 100% election win. Okay. We don't have any active research right now, so let's think. Let's put on our thinking caps and think really hard. What do we want to have? We have a lot of glass industries, but 7 years is too long. Yeah, let's go with reinforced concrete. That will make us build stuff faster. And we are facing bureaucratic shortfall, so it's minus 10% tax waste, which means we need some more government administration in Victoria. Alright, so public address goes awry. What was meant as a routine speech about the merits of protected speech by Terata de Ferro has quickly devolved into public relations disaster for the intelligentsia. It's a fault of this poorly thought out proposal, or Terata de Ferro must take blame. Yeah, you take blame, my friend. I need to pass this. I want to pass this. Technology spread is always good. We're going to be back on track. Some more government administration buildings. Preemptively. There's a huge demand for grain right now. Dissenters break ranks. To outsider observers, intelligentsia may appear firmly committed to the idea of protected speech, but behind this facade of unity, discord has long festered. Well, thanks, intelligentsia. You just killed this proposal. What else can we enact? I mean, we have a very progressive government, and what can we do about it? Not much. I'm not too keen on social welfare yet. I don't feel like we're ready for that. People will not understand what's going on. Quite interesting. I think, let's see. So how productive are our trade centers? Verily. They can expand automatically if they want. Ooh, these subsidies really cost a lot. But we're making dynamite here. And if we're making dynamite, that means we can use more dynamite here. Oh, we can use these steam-powered pressure machines. Oh, what a time to be alive, and we're having plus 66,000. We can lower the taxes, perhaps, as we keep building and building ports, just so that we can have more convoys for our trade routes. And so the Strategic Council of Aotearoa, after meeting and really talking this thing through, decided that Jambi is our next target. So we are going to launch an invasion there. Wow, these little one province miners can be our next targets here. As we keep preparing for war. Oh, speaking of the devil, are we actually ready for the war? Let's see. Yeah, let's just make sure that everything is top notch. Banjar sides with Jambi. Why did they side with Jambi? Siding with the enemy? That means we're gonna take them over too, why not? Maybe that will provoke a European power to join the war. Okay, so since this is the start of the war, maybe we should start activating some of our conscripts. Not all. Put him here. Done. Right, let's activate all of the conscripts since we have 3 front lines in total, and we'll need 3 generals to address all of them. So we have Tukarato Ferro and Matutaera Ferro. I'm gonna go with Matutaera. And we have Kuroki Raopara and again Tukarato Ferro. Why is the intelligent one being cool and the one from the Armed Forces Reserve? I like you better. Oh, Jambi back down, yielding the primary war goal to us. And so Jambi yielded and gave us their vassalship. So I'm just gonna start going through the next one here. Make vassal, confirm. Activate the conscripts again and see how fearful they get. They are fearful. Okay, so that's enough of conscript raising action. Spending a lot of money right now on building stuff. Since we are doing that, maybe we should build stuff that makes us rich. Some more sulfur mines. So iron is right now very desirable. Let's just build some iron mines. Coal, not so much. Coal is the Dane cook of resources right now. Livestock ranches. One more dye plantation, thank you, because we like that dye. Yeah, let's go with livestock ranches since they have the double use. We don't have as many working people unemployed as we used to. That's good news. That means our economy is much more effective. So yeah, it's number 4 GDP per capita. Once again, another small country yielded to us without fighting and has now become our vassal. So now Yogyakarta, did they change their name? I don't think that was their name originally. Anyway, they're our vassal now. So we're just gonna go to the next victim, to Surakarta. Oh, look at that, a great Qing might side with the enemy. Okay, Banjar. Okay, so maybe we need to chill for a second. Since our country is very notorious right now, managing that economy is what's on our minds right now. So we're not building as much, that's why we have a lot of income right now. But I want to keep expanding and we should reach full employment. Okay, invention. So we have invented reinforced concrete that makes us build stuff much faster. Pump jacks. It's already benefiting from the technology spread, but we also need the improvements to the plantations that we have, particularly the dye plantation. Since we need dyes to make clothes, we also are starting to get full employment, which also means that we need more people now. What have we got here? So we just need more bureaucracy to improve these institutions. We can do that here, but yeah, soon enough there's not going to be any peasants anywhere. Let's lower the taxes as we have sufficient income right now. The industrialists have started complaining about the existence of subsistence farms in Bougainville. Really? Where is that? Is it? No, that's not. Here we go. Oh, we have 20,000, but I think, wow, we have a level 39 trade center. So I think it's because of all of that trading, we almost have no unemployed people. So now I understand why we have so few unemployed people. It's because by having all of these trade routes, we have employed almost all of our people in the trade centers. But since they don't take any time to prop up and they hire a lot of people, we suddenly have almost full employment, which made our GDP per capita explode. We're at 3rd place right now, so that's exciting. Right, let's keep improving our industries in. So we have vacuum canning right now, which will make it more effective. So let's see, if we use whaling stations, steam-powered whalers, then we can actually make quite a good buck. If we make our railways government run, they're gonna be more profitable. Take that, Milton Friedman. We're making a lot of money since we're not building anything, but we need more population before it makes sense to start building something. Let's just lower the taxes for everything. Let's stop taking a consumption tax for services. Luxury furniture. Okay, so now that we removed all of the taxes, we're still making some income since we're not building anything, but standard of living is exploding, which means the population will soon explode, which means there will be a lot of unemployed people, which means the standard of living will go down again. We're at almost 150 million GDP per capita. So can we force somebody to recognize us finally? Okay, we can't have a higher rank because we're the subject of the Netherlands. Yeah, I think we're big enough to put on the big boy pants and declare independence from the Dutch. They have no more business in our side of the world anyway, so we're gonna just, we can't demand. We need to ruin our relations with them first of all, so we're gonna start doing that. In the meantime, let's see, the population growth is still rising. Then we're getting unemployed people, so that's good. We can expand the textile mills here. And what is missing from food industries is oil. So let's see if we can import some oil from elsewhere. Let's just import all the oil we can. So let's just keep thinking about how can we make sure everyone's employed. Jambi is damaging relations. Well, I'm gonna improve relations right back at them. Pump jacks are unlocked and we finally can use automatic irrigation in our plantations, and of course we can also build oil rigs. I wonder if any of our provinces can have these oil rigs. Breach loading artillery going, since our artillery is a bit backwards at this point. We have low market access in these here provinces, so let's just expand our railways here. And of course, since we have such a high police institution, police brutality is now taking place and we cannot tolerate this behavior, which will reduce the investment of law enforcement by 1, which is fine because we don't have any radicals at all anyway. And this will lend us rural folk and intelligentsia approval. So New South Wales keeps finding new gold. Spread the word about that. A story has been making the rounds about a miner who struck it rich and became the wealthiest man in his town. People in New South Wales are beginning to live beyond their means, convinced that they will become rich soon enough. All that is gold does not glitter. Let's think more about what can we build when it comes to our industries. Since we have access to oil, could we start expanding our engine industry? Let's do a pilot run in the South Island. Furniture is not as expensive anymore, so we don't need to focus on making that. But we can have some more food industries in these here islands. And since we're living like kings, radicalism is quite low. And a new party has now been formed. It's the Liberals. Who are these Liberals? Let's check that out. Yeah, the intelligentsia, of course. They used to be communists, now they're liberals. See? Went the opposite way, I guess. Let's see if we can do something about these government goods. So we need more paper. Can we import? No, sir. We need more wood. Can we import? No, sir. We need more glass. Can we import? Yes, sir. We're lacking iron now, even. And that's how global trade is messing with us, because we're sending away a lot of iron right now. And look at that. The election is coming in 150 days, and the Liberals are already ready to lose the election. Released patients from Christchurch Asylum have steadily denounced the practices involved in their supposedly medical treatments. Mistreatment of the sick, withholding of personal letters, and disproportionate punishments were among the charges. Their judgment cannot be trusted. We need to entirely revise how asylums work, or the trade unions can take over the asylum administration. We're gonna go with we need to revise how asylums work just to increase that standard of living for our people. Breach loading artillery has been unlocked, so we're a bit behind on this one. By changing the design to load the shells from a port in the artillery rather than down the barrel, it is possible to make a much more efficient weapon. Ah, this is the breach. Oh, I did not know that. Right, what can we do here? We should actually get a gantry crane so we can expand our ports. I'm feeling like doing some more trading. Let's import. Nope, we cannot import that. We cannot import that. We cannot import that. We can import some glass. So now that our economy is quite balanced, let's get into the Netherlands and see if we can finally make our diplomatic play for freedom. Might face the Netherlands, Russia, and Italy. Now I wonder if any of these powers have the ability to somehow directly invade us. No, they would need to do it with their navies. The fragile nature of these trees and their difficult to meet conditions make this achievement exceptionally important. This place seems quite effective for us, so let's make all the rubber we can. We need to switch all of our plantations into automatic irrigation. Dutch East Indies Peasant Revolt diplomatic play against us. Okay, so we took that personally. Okay, let's activate everyone. I'm not about to lose half of my vassal. The revolt keeps escalating, but we're unable to make them afraid of us. They're just uncertain at the moment. I'm sure they will soon realize their mistake. The War with Dutch Indies Peasant Revolt has broken out, so it's a peasant revolt. I'm sure we can put it down easily. Well, it looks like it's going to be a slaughter. So 9,000 against 22,000, we're somehow winning. That's how bad they are. So yeah, we can leave this to autopilot. In the meantime, we have a lot of new folks here in Victoria, and they don't have jobs. Let's check in on how our battles are going here. Looks like everything is going the way it's supposed to be, as in we're obliterating our enemy. Useful in construction and transportation, gantry cranes are large enough to straddle the width of a ship. This gives them the sturdiness that means they can lift the heaviest loads a ship can possibly carry. And that gives us +4 port max level. So that means that we don't have to complain so long about trade routes needing convoys, which they all do. Should we go with the machine gun? Let's go with the machine gun. So let's just build bigger ports, especially in the major cities. No, I will just expand the ports in those cities that have the necessary manpower. And it appears that we have finally forced the Dutch East Indies peasant revolt to capitulate. We have quite a lot of unemployed people here in Victoria. So how about we just expand our logging camps? Urbanize Aotearoa was successfully completed. And that means the winds of change are upon us. The South Island has come a long way since our attention was first brought to it, going from small houses and scattered farmlands to being on its way to become a blooming metropolis. Finally, the South Island shines like never before, which will give us more loyalists, or this is not the end, which gives us urban center building throughput. We have a lot of loyalists right now, 7 million against 100,000 radicals, so this is not the end. That's what we're gonna go with. They should just let us become independent without it becoming some sort of a diplomatic play. So our friends are our small buddies and vassals. We will face Russia, Italy, Luxembourg. Well, the war starts with Tidore abandoning their allies, the Dutch, and we can sway some countries too. So we can ask the British Republic to step in and help us out. And the war with the Netherlands has broken out. The independence play in Rhine has resulted in a war between you and the Netherlands. To arms. Let's see, so do we have any active fronts? No, we do not. Let's just mobilize our generals. Oh, we have an active front here. Oh, but that's like a British front. We don't care about them. Oh, we're still using the Russian. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, we're still in the Russian market. So whatever access they have to, like military stuff that they need, we have access to it as well. The Italians have successfully managed to push through here. So I'm just gonna jump in and do some defending. I think if we defend ourselves, we should be able to win this. The Dutch are actually fine with us being independent. It's the Russians that are against it. What's happening here? So are the Dutch attacking or defending? They're defending successfully. Part, no more. Are there any other fronts? How is our Navy doing? So our Navy is doing great, raiding convoys in the North Sea. Oh, he's an expert naval commander. Let's do it. New admiral, since we have quite a few ships right now, we're going to promote him immediately so he gets more flotilla to command. So he's raiding these convoys, and there's nobody to oppose him there right now. But I hope that means that we're inflicting a lot of pain on them right now. Perhaps we can go into the Baltic Sea. That would cause more damage to Russia as well, which is the main enemy here. So it appears we're still having issues here in Java. How's this battle going? Yeah. But it appears that the Brits are on offense here. Well, thank you, British. They're quite heroically whooping some Russian ass. I like how the game is aware that the recent expansion of oil rigs in New South Wales has boosted confidence in Aotearoa's future as an oil producer. And I like how it says we'll find more things to put oil in because it knows that we have nowhere to put it right now. But yeah, it's quite messy right now in Java, so it's hard to make any sort of conclusions. All right, let's go back into the war, and we have a battle that we might win. That's Tasmania against Italy. Tasmania still has the Republican Russian flag in the upper left corner. Just didn't manage to make new flags, I guess. Okay, oh! Haha! Somehow they won. So the war is going great for us. And it appears that Russia has capitulated. A very rapid capitulation just happened. Peace treaty has been signed. And Aotearoa has independence. Oh, what a coincidence. So it's January 1st, the first day of the 20th century in our game, and I can hear my brother come back home, and he's about to knock me out cold and take over the computer. And before that happens, let's quickly go through what has improved. So we started, I think, with 100 million GDP. Now we have 121, and we're about to rectify that because our GDP, of course, fell due to the independence, since I think all of the trade centers are essentially non-functioning anymore, since, well, we are no longer in the Russian market, we're in a market of our own. And we are also number 8, I believe, in the world if we were recognized. So if we do get this recognition, which I'm going to go for in the next game, we're going to become a great power. Our literacy is 80%, putting us 12th in the world, 21.6 standard of living, putting us at number 3, just below Perak and Prussia, almost 20 million in population. So that's 800-fold increase from the very beginning since the game started in 1836. We have quite a few loyalists. The population is enjoying their standard of living and being loyal to us. Goodbye until the next week. Thank you for watching this, and please come back to see how Aotearoa, the brand new independent country / huge sea empire, fares next time.